Oh my gosh. I cannot believe the 18Z Euro still has this. There's no way. World, what's going on? Yo. What's popping? What is popping? One second. Okay. Gerald, Kev, Charles, Irish, Dalton. Oh my gosh, you always get in, you guys get in here so quick. Abby, what's going on? What's going on, everyone? All right, we're gonna let some people get in here, and then I'll get to chatting. I can't believe what the 18Z of the Euro is still doing. I can't believe this. I've been waiting for it to change. And this would be crazy. This would be crazy. I keep thinking this is going to adjust. And it's just getting worse. Hold up, guys. Jesus. So wants to put 2 feet of snow into DC, Baltimore, Philly, New York City, Jersey. Like, I keep thinking this is going to change. Like, holy crap. All right, we're gonna look in. We're gonna do a little studying on this. We're gonna do a little studying on this. I don't know. The 18Z, it's still holding this look. It's a little far out though. I want this to be within 96 hours. That's crazy though. About 120 still has a nor'easter. Oh my god. And then it has it slowing down and absolutely negatively tilting like crazy. I mean, that would be snow for Tennessee. Okay. Let me just wait a second longer, guys, for some people to get in here, and then we're going to go over everything, and I'm going to start taking as many questions as I can. We have craziness ahead of us here. Yeah, I mean, yes, this would be feet of snow for Bucks County, but we need to. I'm not going to take it seriously until we're at least within 90 to 96 hours, and then we'll watch it. Still need to get a little bit closer in the forecasting range. What's our 18Z GFS showing? Yep, right off the coast. I think the GFS will adjust as well. I mean, the GFS shows the potential for another nor'easter right after it. So it's and look at this, and then maybe another one. And I mean, all right, let's go look at our teleconnections. After looking like that, are our teleconnections keeping? Yep, they keep pushing back. They keep pushing this AO back. I'm guessing they're pushing the NAO back. But by the look at the GFS and Euro, I think this should be like this, not like this. I think it should be like that, actually. Guys, only God knows what's going to happen with this snowstorm next week. Actually, you know what? He probably doesn't know. He's probably like, shoot, still can't figure out. I don't even think his technology is good enough. Okay? So don't ask me how much snow you're going to get from this nor'easter next week. Why? Because there's just as good a chance this storm is right here. And if that's the case, this entire coast, including Long Island, is rainfall. 0 snow. You know how that happens? That tiny wobble? This piece of energy up here, instead of this being like this when these are moving through, this piece of energy is not like this. It's like this. The tiniest adjustments completely messes up everyone's snow. The tiniest slowdown and miscalculation of this northern piece of energy could also send this off the coast. 0 people get snow. So I don't care what your weather apps are saying. Possibility for 0 inches. No one knows snow totals right now. Why do we don't know snow totals? Because we don't know if it's actually going to take this path. It's looking better and better, though. It's looking better and better. All the models see this storm tilting up the coast. That's the first thing we needed to see. But we're 126 hours, basically. 126 hours out. We see major adjustments within 90 hours sometimes, or within 72 hours. Major adjustments of storm tracks. This is 50 hours even farther out than that, guys. So it looks good right now. Strong signal. Definitely the possibility of a major nor'easter. Probably the biggest we've seen in a decade or two. But it's not guaranteed yet. It's 100% not guaranteed yet. So let's level our expectations here. I personally hate that at 126 hours, 132 hours, it has it right here with the beautiful nor'easter because these always wobble as you get closer in time and change. So I'm nervous. I'm nervous that it's such a perfect looking nor'easter right now. Okay, let's go over everything we've got right now. Okay, before I start and take questions, let's go over everything that's going on. Happy Friday, by the way, everyone. Stop! Don't say that. I have to be realistic. Yeah, I'm a big hockey fan. I grew up playing hockey. I played ice hockey my whole life. My whole family did. Okay, so all right. Here's what's going on. Let's go into our 18Z Euro and see what do we expect snow-wise for this storm right now. Guys, I'm going to go through everything here. It's going to take me about 5 minutes. I don't know, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then I'm going to start taking all your questions like I always do. Here's our latest expected snow totals. Let's start in the Northeast. I want to show you guys because there's a winter storm moving through this weekend. Mid-Atlantic, here you go. Widespread 2 to 3 across PA, except for I don't expect us to really get much snow in southeastern PA. Not impossible, a little bit on the front end. But even if we get an inch or two on the front end in Philly tomorrow, guys, there's going to be rain right after it, and it's just going to flatten that snow away, melt it away. So there's a heat shield coming over on Sunday. It's going to be gone right away. But anyways, New York City, maybe an inch or two. Again, it's going to, even if you get any, it's going to be washed away. Same with Long Island. This is for the weekend storm. Don't worry. We have obviously a great look next week. Obviously up here in inland New England, I mean, a foot or two is possible. A foot or two is possible. Still looking like a 4 to 6 inch day in Boston. I would take the lower end, but there's going to be some mixing along the coast here. But 4 to 6 inch still looking possible. You guys can see what these totals look like. This is kind of like the 4 to 6 area. This is kind of like the 7 to 8 area, and then this is like the foot to 2 feet out here. Let's go really quickly and push over into the Great Lake region. Wisconsin's expecting some pretty good snow. I mean, most of the state, 4 to 7 inches. The totals have been upped in Chicago. I mean, actually, this should have already moved through. Let me look at our. Yeah, you guys should have already gotten most of the snow. There's still snow falling. Most of this you already got out here. It's heading towards the Northeast, though. Michigan, you have a little bit more coming. These are still. I mean, here. Let me actually go into. Let's take a look at our short range. Since here's what you got left from this. Okay. The NAM 3K is putting a big target on Michigan. 5 to 7 on the West Coast, and then maybe a foot over out east. That's a lot. That's a lot. We'll see. I think these totals are going to be a little bit less. North Ohio, North Indiana, still looking pretty good. Maybe a few inches down there in Indianapolis. Okay, so that's what's going on with that. Let's zoom out. And ice-wise. Freezing rain. Let's go. Nothing really in the Great Lake region, but if we go over into the Northeast, yeah, we could see some big freezing rain totals. Upstate New York, almost all of upstate New York needs to worry about freezing rain. Western Massachusetts and Connecticut could have some issues with freezing rain. Up the coast of Maine, and then some areas into central PA as well. Freezing rain could be an issue. Definitely upstate New York, though. And the Hudson Valley area looks really, really bad with freezing rain. Hudson Valley area, you need to be prepared for that. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to answer all your questions in a second. I just want to finish going through what's new here. So that's what's new there. Let's get into our Euro 18Z. And so that's going to move out. We've got another storm moving into the Pacific Northwest. Here it comes. A potentially big snow day for Kansas, northern and eastern Oklahoma. Potentially a big snow day for central to southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee. Nashville could get in on 4 to 5 inches. We'll see. And then obviously this latest run has us getting an absolute monstrous. This would be next Wednesday into Thursday, nor'easter. What's the latest total showing on here? And this isn't even done loading up. I mean, well, what are we seeing in this region here potentially? Anywhere from 1 to 2 feet, if not more. That's what the latest Euro is. Guys, any shift to the west, this is all rain. Any shift to the east, this snow is all right off the coast. So we need to wait. Right now, it looks great. It's fantastic that the Euro is showing this. But I'd rather it be showing it a little west or east than right on top of us because these things always wobble. So I'm nervous, but right now, yes, this looks like insanity. And this would move up the coast too. This would be New York City, Boston. This would be everyone. Could this dive a little bit farther south and get Charlotte involved, even potentially down into Atlanta? Maybe. There's still potential for this to actually get a little bit farther to the south. There are some models that still bring it farther to the south. So it's not out of the question. Not out of the question that we could see this snow line here. There are some models that take this snow line here and actually move it a little bit farther south like this. Not out of the question this could move south. Right now, here, let's look at what our GFS thinks. Okay, we have the 00Z loading into the GFS. GFS likes it there. We'll take a look at the Canadian. Canadian takes it a little bit farther south, puts some snow into northern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. The Icon's been keeping it very far south. Let's see what the latest Icon shows us. And then I'm going to start answering your questions again, guys. Oh, last thing I need to talk about, severe weather and cold air, and then I'm getting to your questions. Icon here. What's the latest Icon show? Do we have the 00Z of the Icon? We do. How far south does the Icon bring this? Yes, the Icon still gives you a chance for some snow down into some really good snow into Tennessee and potentially into Charlotte, Virginia Beach as well. Okay. Last couple things before I get to chat. This is what we were talking about. I told you when everyone's like, winter's over. We're so hot down here. And I said, don't worry. It's coming. It's coming back. Look at the Arctic Oscillation. Look at our stratospheric polar vortex. We've historically seen these type of events happen in other seasons like 2018, 2016, 1996. It's coming back. Very cold temperatures. Very, very cold. Let's push out even all the way to the end of February. This is right before we get into March 1st, February 28th. There you go. Hey guys, I saw a meme today that said, let's all try and stay sober, and I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm going to do it. I'm going to refrain from drinking alcohol February 29th, February 30th, and February 31st. So I think we should all do that. That's a great challenge, right, chat? February 29th through February 31st, we all need to stay sober. I'm dedicated to it personally. Okay, but this is all the way through the end of February. That I can get on board. I can get on board with that. I concur. Okay, so yes, extremely cold temperatures, severe weather, really quick, right before I get to chat. Here you go. Insanity. Have weather alerts on down here. That's all I'm going to say for tomorrow. Once we get into the late afternoon, 4, 5, 6 p.m., we're going to be cranking with CAPE down here. That means instability. Convective, available, potential, energy. CAPE. All right? So all that means is if you have a lot of CAPE, there's a lot of instability. In short terms, we could see EF2, EF3, EF4 tornadoes. Hopefully we don't see EF3 and EF4. Hopefully we don't see any tornadoes. I think we're going to see some EF1 and EF2s. Hopefully that's as high as we see it. But if you're down here, have weather alerts on. Watch someone stream. I'm not going to be able to stream all day tomorrow. I do have family coming into town. Mesomat will be streaming, MESOMATT. So definitely a good person to watch. I'm part of his team, and he knows it. He'll call a tornado warning out 20 minutes before the weather service puts it up. He's good at this stuff. So have weather alerts on. Know if there's a watch warning. Know how to, just have a plan. You'll be safe. I am a little bit worried about flash flooding up here too in Appalachia and up through Kentucky and West Virginia. So have weather alerts on. And lastly, just to show you how cold temperatures are expected to get, we are talking, let's just go into our wind chill on our 18Z of the Euro. Yes, you are seeing this correctly. All of this is with wind chill. All of this is negative wind chills in late February. All of this is in the negative wind chills. So, I mean, look at this. Your Dallas is expected with wind chill, guys. But I care about wind chill. That's what it feels like. Who cares what the temperature is? I want to know what it feels like. Dallas is expected to get into the negatives with wind chill as well. So, yeah, insanity. So if you want to look at actual temperature, here you go. Dallas getting down into almost Dallas getting down to the single digits. I mean, here's regular temperature. This is still all in the negatives. Regular temperature. This is all below freezing. The whole country is below freezing except for right down here, Miami-Dade and Broward. Fort Lauderdale, Miami, they're good. So anyways, all right, let's get the chat. Let me get this back up here. Let's talk. Let me get this on because I know people are going to have snow questions. So let me get this latest Euro map up just so we can see what's kind of projected here. We'll go off our 18Z. European. All right. What is the... Oh, Fav Graham. What's going on? I appreciate you. Hannah, Adis, Kimber. Adis, I appreciate you. Suzette, I appreciate the follows. Appreciate the subs, guys. Thank you. Says 17 to 21 inches for Long Island next Thursday. The odds, 5%. 5%. Not because I think there's literally a 5% chance of that. If it's not within 96 hours, anything over a 5 to 10% chance is irresponsible for anyone who understands whether to say, because you have this piece of energy up north literally make the smallest wobble. And I'll show you what the piece of energy I'm talking about is. You have it make the smallest wobble and the whole storm's ruined for us. So I'm not going to give you an unrealistic, if we're in 48 hours, if we still see this look, that chance goes way up to like 50, 60% in the next 48 hours. But here's what we're watching. Here is how close it's going to be to not happening or happening. There's a reason these don't happen super often, these mega nor'easters. Some years they happen a couple times in a year. We've had a few chances here. Okay, here we go. Here's our two pieces of energy. 1, 2. Notice how they just perfectly come in at the same time. You see that? And boom, they perfectly push at the same time. And then this one up here is pushing into this piece of energy here, helping to tilt it and amplify it. Look at that. And then, woo, that is a beautiful nor'easter. Guys, if we see any lag in this system to the north, this storm, this energy is going to outshoot it. And it's not going to negatively tilt. It's going to go right off the coast. And we're going to get no snow. If this piece of energy speeds up, well, it depends. We could also see this dig a little bit more, tilt this quicker, and then we're suddenly on the rain side. This is all rainfall instead of snow. So the interaction between these two, these are both low pressures here. This is a low pressure system up here to the north. This is a low pressure system down here to the south. We really need these to interact how we're seeing them right now in the Euro. The good news is 96 hours out, the Euro still has this timed up perfectly. Pretty good news, but that's a lot of time in the weather world for things to change. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the subs, guys. December, I appreciate you. What is the potential for snow in Baltimore, Maryland? Yeah, I mean, it's good. Potential's there. No, do not listen to your weather app. Guys, again, we just got snow in Philly. We got 2 to 3 inches in Philly. What was it now? Like a few days ago? It was Tuesday. Was it this last Tuesday? We got 2 to 3 inches in Philly. 5 days before that, so that's about the same time frame we are away from this storm. We're farther. We're like 6 days away from the storm. 5 days before that, our weather app in Philly said we were going to get 14 to 16 inches of snow. 5 days before it, we got 2 to 3 inches. That doesn't surprise me because 5 to 6 days out, your weather app has no idea what the hell it's talking about. It's looking at the same models I am. I understand how these models work. It's irresponsible. Congress needs to pass a bill that says weather apps are not allowed to predict precipitation farther than 4 days out on your weather apps. I'm not even lying. I think we could get bipartisan support on that. Like, it's stupid. If something that's 5+ days out on your weather app has a 95% chance of not happening. I think this has a better chance of happening because there's so much model consensus. So your weather app could be right this time. It actually could be, but there's it just as well could be wrong. It's kind of a coin flip to me right now. All right. Anyways. Did you notice the GFS, it has 2 separate low pressures? Yeah. The GFS has maybe we'll see that in the Euro tonight. I can tell you right now, what in this 18Z of the Euro, what's happening up here behind this? What's happening up here behind this? You guys see this? That's another low pressure system taking the same exact track as this one. Right behind it. This is the end of the run. And we have another system that wants to scoop down here as well. Let's actually zoom out here. So, yeah, I mean, if we're super lucky, for snow lovers, if we're super lucky, the super lucky scenario here is we get 2 nor'easters in a row. I don't think that's going to happen. But there's like a, you know, here's our second system. There's a look that could bring that. Here's our second system here. And we've kind of got another troughing system that wants to move down into here. So, yeah, the odds of us getting 2 nor'easters in a row is like 1 in 100 probably, which actually isn't terrible odds. But, yes, there are some models that show a second nor'easter right behind it. But we're just, that's La La Land. We're going to focus on this first one and see if this one's even going to happen. What's going on, Brittany? What are the chances for tornadoes tomorrow for Clarksville, Tennessee? I'd say there's almost a 100% chance for a tornado in Tennessee, or a couple. This whole area is going to have so much instability. The strongest tornadoes look like they're probably going to be south of the Tennessee line, but there's a chance you could get some stronger ones up into Tennessee as well. The most instability is through Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas, into Mississippi, and Alabama. You could potentially get some crossing over the Tennessee line to the south, though. So you got to pay attention. You can see some serious flash flooding in Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia, though. How much are we looking for North Carolina mountains? If you're talking snow-wise, yeah, we don't know yet. But 6 inches to a foot isn't impossible, even with this Euro look. Do you think if the GFS... Sorry if I got on late tonight, guys, by the way. My life is very busy, very busy. I promise you I never get on stream late because I'm sitting on the couch watching TV or something. I don't have any time to do anything. I'm working, taking care of my kid, and doing this. The only things I do, literally. And I usually have to call, like I make calls and do other stuff during the day, and I'm usually doing it while I'm doing one of those things. Do you think the GFS says nor'easter tonight? It will happen. With the 00Z that's loading. Yeah, I think it'll move it back west. Yeah. The 18Zs always wobble. I think it will. Again, not too worried about the GFS right now. The 12Z, 00Z last night brought it back like we thought to the north and west. I know, and then the models today swung it back east. That's what happens, though. GG. Goat. I appreciate that. It's Ninja. I appreciate it. Chicago. How much snow did you guys just get in Chicago, by the way? It looks like you may have overperformed, but I haven't looked at snow totals. Maybe I'm completely wrong. The snow totals haven't loaded in yet. I'm seeing 2 to 3 out to your west. Yeah, guys, stop bringing up the weather apps. Stop bringing up weather apps. Stop. I don't want to hear what chat. I love you all. I actually do. I love you all. You guys make, like, seriously, you're the reason I love streaming and I love making videos. So I'm not even trying to be mean. I shouldn't even be mean like that. If I shouldn't say 4 days. If it is more than 3 days out on your weather app, it means nothing. It means nothing when it comes to snowfall. It means absolutely nothing. Literally the last snowstorm we just had here in Philly, like I said, 5 days before, it said we were going to get 14 inches. We got 3. Does that surprise me? No, because they go off stupid models. It's a complete guess. The best meteorologists in the world, the meteorologists that work at the Climate Prediction Center, the greatest weather brains in the world and weather models in the world struggle to predict snowfall 3 to 4 days out. Struggle to. Do you think your weather app knows what it's going to do 5 to 6 days out? There's literally an absolutely not. Just no. No. It does not know. Could we get a foot or two through the mid-Atlantic and coastal New England with this setup? 100% yes, we could. 100% yes, we could. But we need to wait another at least 48 hours and see if this signal holds. Any little shift in that northern piece of energy over the next 48 hours, the northern piece of energy slowing down or speeding up, which happens all the time in our climate, it's either going to shift us into, it could shift us into rain in the mid-Atlantic and New England, or it could shift us into literally dry air. So right now the signal looks great, but your weather app is just, like I always say, the broken clock's right twice a day. Your weather app could be right, but it's not because it knows this is going to happen. If it's right, it's because it's luck. But right now it looks good for big snow in the mid-Atlantic next week. Monica and Life, I appreciate you guys. I told you guys I'd have more energy today. I've got a lot more energy. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Pin comment. Don't listen to the weather apps. Yes. If it's within 72 hours in your weather app, even 72 hours, okay? Because 2 weeks ago, my weather app said 12 hours before it snowed, we were getting 6 inches or 4 inches. And everyone in the office said, we're going to get 4 inches overnight. I was looking at all of my short range models in the Euro and it said no snow. And I told everyone in my office, we're not going to get snow. We might get a dusting. They're like, you're wrong. And of course I came in the next day and they were like, oh, you were right. Even within 12 hours, your weather app can be wrong. Okay. So if your weather app can be wrong within 12 hours, you bet it can be wrong 120 plus hours out. I plow in Buffalo. What should I expect? Well, let's see what this, the snow that's moving over right now, gives you a chance. I mean, the Euro thinks you guys could get 6 to 9 inches with this, over the next 24 to 48 hours in Buffalo, maybe even more. Let's get into there real quick. Let me actually do total snow for you. Yeah, I mean, it thinks over a foot, but I'll say 6 to 9 to be conservative. But that's very, very plowable snow. Very, very plowable snow is expected in Buffalo over the next, I think that's like really 24 hours. 48 hours. 48 hours. So, let's see here. If the northern piece of energy digs in more, would that mean higher snow totals for... No, that would mean higher snow totals, I think. Well, it depends how it digs. I think that would mean higher snow totals for the south, but that might actually push the storm a little bit farther off the coast. It would push the storm farther off the coast and make it a bigger nor'easter, but the snow would probably stay off the coast. I think if we see the snow increase, well, but no, there's a chance that could also just increase snow for everyone. It depends if it digs... If it digs in a little bit more out ahead or if it digs in a little bit more out behind. We would want it to be out behind. How's Long Island looking? Looking like you have a really serious chance for good snow next week. Projected temps are crazy. Okay, well, let me see. Is this how loaded do we have this? We have this at 90 hours now. Okay. So here, I'll show you. I'll show you what our wind chills are looking like on the latest Euro. These are wind chills. Keep in mind, this whole area is in negative wind chills. Next week, Wednesday and Thursday. Look at this. And we're pushing the end of February here. Look at the wind chills down here in San Antonio, Texas. 17 degrees. If you look at actual temperatures, we still have a big pocket of negatives without any wind chill. This is just actual temps. Negatives, here's your freezing temps. Here's your actual... it's freezing at the tip. What's that called right there? Corpus Christi, that's right. Freezing down in Corpus Christi with actual temps. So, yeah, next week, again, here's the Climate Prediction Center. The darker the blue, the colder, well below, more well below average you are. It's coming, guys and girls. What model run do you trust the most right now for the next week's storms? Man, usually I would say the Euro, but it's hard to trust the Euro when it has like the nor'easter of the decade right now, or of the decades. That's going to be our best mid-range model. It's going to be our Euro. It just is. It's at this latitude. At this latitude, especially, this is the and in the winter season, this model just does the best. I have no reason to put more trust in a different model. The last 5 years straight, the Euro has won best, winter storm forecasting, at least at the mid to long range. There have been some that have done better at the short range. So, I have no reason not to. I really want to go. Maybe I can do it later tonight off stream so I can be prepared for tomorrow. I didn't have any time to look at this stuff. I just looked at the 18Z for the first time with you guys when I got on stream. Tomorrow is going to be the weekend, so I'll have time to wake up in the morning, look at a lot. Like weekends, I'm way more ready when I get on stream with you guys because I have plenty of time. Because I have a 9 to 5 as well outside of this. So tomorrow I'm going to look at kind of this energy to the north through all the models, and if I see that energy consensus, say I see the energy pathing consensus with the American model, the Icon, and the Canadian, but the Euro is different, then in that case, I would actually probably favor the American or Icon. So I haven't had the time to do that. I'm not going to do it on stream. And right now it's still 140 hours out, 130 hours out. But I'll do that tomorrow for you guys, and then I'll tell you if my mind has switched from the Euro. You know what? Okay, screw it. We're doing it right now. Hold up real quick, guys. This will take me 2 seconds. Compare models. Vorticity. Uh, 111. 117. Okay, there's the Euro. GFS. Euro. GFS. Euro. What are we looking at right now? We're looking at this. This is going to control if we're going to get a major southern snowstorm and nor'easter. Okay. Euro has a digging. GFS. Euro. So the GFS, it's a little bit farther behind and a little weaker. The Euro, it's stronger. But now we need to see. Can I get another model? Here we go. Okay. Canadian. Okay, so the GF. Okay, so there's actually, I would say the Canadian agrees more with the Euro. Look at that. It's a little bit farther behind though. The GFS and the Canadian have it farther behind than the Euro. What does the Icon have? Okay, see, this is what worries me, guys. This is what I was looking for. So the Icon, the American, and the Canadian all agree it's going to be a little bit weaker. They all have it a little bit weaker and a little bit farther out. They all have it here and a little bit farther out as compared to, watch, the Euro. Farther back from the Euro, there's the Euro. Farther back from the Euro and weaker, there's the Euro. Farther back from the Euro and weaker. So that makes me worry that maybe the Icon isn't actually getting it right now. And that's what I'm talking about. So that would lead me to believe that there is a chance the GFS is correct and this can miss us off the coast. Now, the Euro still wins and is correct 8 out of 10 times. So I still, even with this information, want to favor the Euro just because I know if I don't, I'm going to end up regretting it because I could still see the Euro being right in this situation. But that makes me very interested to see what the 00Z of the Euro is going to do tonight. Anyways, okay, let's get out of that. Because there's model consensus on all the other models for the piece of energy being a little bit weaker and a little bit farther back. But again, the Euro just tends to know how these systems are gonna react a little bit better. Let's see. Don't worry, I dealt with it. How much snow for Detroit? Can you guys see his messages were deleted? Let's actually remove. Can I remove all of them? Put user in a timeout. I love that. Bad boy. Yeah, there's no mods on. That's weird. I got no mods on in my... Oh, no. Kyle, you there? Come on, Big Daddy Euro. Yeah, no, I blocked him. We did. Kyle was in here. He might be out for a second. Monica, Julie, Life, Misty. I appreciate you guys. Snow in Charlotte next week. There's a possibility for it. Yes, there's a possibility for it. Wait, what's our GFS at? Ooh, look at that. It's weaker. Well, this could be tilting here. Let's look. Kristen, I appreciate the sub. Thank you, Kristen. Well, for the 2-month sub. All right. Let me take a look at the latest. Here's our latest from the GF. This is new. This is new data. This is new data. This energy's in the right position. This energy's in the right position. It's a little weaker than the euro, though. Come on, give me the 120. Give me the 120. Sorry, guys. I want to get the 120. Yes. New York could see a big snow from this tomorrow. And New York's going to see good snow. Tomorrow, next week. New York's going to see a good snow anyways this weekend. I mean, here's our expected snow totals this weekend up there. So, most of New York's going to see good snow. Southern Hudson Valley might get too much mixing. We'll have to watch that. Are we at the 120 on the GFS? Okay, good. Let's see what we got here. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Oh, this is pushing. Is this pushing this right off the coast? No, we need to wait. Okay, the low's starting to deepen there. So we're getting 12, 11. We need to wait. We need to wait. Here's the piece of energy digging. You see this digging in here? See it digging? We need this to pick this up and carry it, guys. We need it to carry it. Here we go. Okay. Okay, it's deepening. We went from a 112 to a 109 low here. So here we go. Is this starting to bomb out, and move up the coast? This might be a better look. Patience. Columbus tomorrow. Let's go into our let's go into our Ohio Valley region. Oh. Let's put your totals up a little bit. Thinking potentially 3 to 4. The latest euro. What's our short range see for you guys? Short range NAM thinks a little bit less. What's our HRRR think? HRRR think. Ooh, HRRR thinks a little bit less. GFS. All right, we're gonna say 1 to 3 for Columbus tomorrow. The short ranges are really pulling that. Are really pulling out. The euro thinks high end 4, a low end an inch. Man, the short ranges doesn't agree with the euro, which they have been lately. Here we go. Okay, there you go. Guys, this low in this latest run of the GFS, it's not done loading yet. Went from a 112 millibar low here to a 106. What does this mean? I can already tell how this storm is pathing. Once this low starts to bomb out, which is deepen quickly, they're going to start to tilt up to the northeast. Because that means you have a negatively tilting low, usually in this region. So this might actually show similar to the euro, which is great news for you guys. Let's see here. Let's see what our energy looks like. Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at this upper piece of energy digging. Here's your system. I don't have patience. I want snow. 30 miles south of Charlotte. Can we expect snow? It's going to be tough. Most models keep it just to the north. This latest GFS puts snow, probably drops a tiny bit of snow into Charlotte. So, we'll see how it's going to be close for you guys. The snow line still looks something like this down here, but we'll see. It's not impossible we could get a little bit farther south. There's time. All right, we're at the 129, 132. There it goes. You see it? So this is a little bit closer than our last GFS run. Bringing this nor'easter just off the coast. That's fine, though. At this range, that is perfectly fine. I like that more than what I'm seeing from the euro. Why? Because again, as we get closer, these models do tend to trend to the north and to the west with their snow. So I'm happy. I want a big nor'easter. I live up here north of Philly. I'm happy with how the GFS and euro look right now with our chances. Let me go back to the 0Z. And then we still see, we're going to see a chance for another nor'easter right behind here. But, you know, we'll see about that one. But so if I went back, sorry guys, I'll get back to answering questions. Give me 1 second. Honestly, it really didn't move much from the 18 to the 0. It's almost identical. So thanks for nothing, Euro or GFS. The American model just made us wait all that time to see absolutely no change. Awesome. Weather upset yet? Do I not have that? Do I not have that thing pinned anymore? Let me pin this. Paul, I appreciate you. Terry, Claudia. The weather apps. Here's what's crazy to me. All of you have seen repeatedly your weather app. Anyone up north or anyone who sees snow decently, you've all seen your weather app say you're going to get like 10 inches tomorrow or 2 days away, and then you get nothing. And yet people still... Well, the next snowstorm will look at their weather app. How many times do you need to be let down by your weather apps to realize that maybe they don't know what they're talking about? Is it 6 times, 15 times, 150 times? How many times do you need to be let down by your weather app before you start to realize that if it's more than 2 to 3 days away, they don't know what they're talking about? Paula, I appreciate it. Go. Tulsa snow totals next week. Here's our latest on that. Let's go to South Central. Here's our latest guesstimate with Tulsa. So that's pretty good. Which one is Tulsa here? Which number is it going to be? Is it the 8.1? Well, right now our Euro thinks 4 to 8 inches in and around Tulsa is possible. So we'll see. We'll see. We need more time, though. Are you guys just trolling me now with the weather app stuff? Guys, you stop with the weather app stuff. Oh my god. I feel like people are trolling. Guys, the best meteorologists in the world can't predict your snow totals more than, I'll say, 4 days out. The best meteorologist in the world. So the app on your phone can't either. Brittany and Tyler, I appreciate you guys. How bad is the squall line? Yeah, so we can go look the latest update for our... We can actually look at our more short-range models now for that squall line. Look at this thing. Look at this thing down here. Let's get down. This is pretty bad. Our biggest concern is these popcorn-type supercells. Kind of MCS systems right out ahead of the main squall line. These can have some very good inflow and some very long lifespans out here. Some very, 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 you know, and a little more instability because you don't have as much kind of rain cooling as you do back in the squall line. So these can be long-lived, very strong tornadoes. I'm really worried about Mississippi, where those things want to start popping up. So you can see it here too. Look at this. Look at where they come in, right through Louisiana, up through Mississippi, and then let's push into the southeast. As we get into the afternoon and evening time, so this would be right around. This looks very dangerous right here. This would be right around. So that's the 01, 02. Oh, did they speed this up in time? Hold up. Oh wow, no. It's slowed down. So right here is kind of really the most dangerous look. This would be, sorry, let me do a quick math. This would be between like 8 and 10 p.m. So sun's down. That looks pretty dangerous. Through Mississippi. Very dangerous. Let me get a sounding here, actually. This is a crazy looking hodograph. That's one that looks like it could produce a tornado. Tons of wind shear. Forecast Cape isn't crazy. Let me take another sounding. 1 second, guys. Well, there you go. 2,000 forecast Cape. Wild looking hodograph. So, yeah, we gotta watch out. Evening time through the night into the morning. This area needs to have a way to get weather alerts, watches, and warnings. Flash flooding, really, for everyone down there as well. Flash flooding potential is pretty serious for anyone that is in any of the greens here, any of the colors, anywhere in here. We got to watch flash flooding, especially through Appalachia, mountain ranges, can be very dangerous. I'm about to make that 981 my phone background and just share it into existence. My weather app calls for 1.5 feet in Baltimore. I'm so excited. World Zero, stop. Brittany. Connor, snow next week in Tennessee? I think so, yes. Brittany, I think you're going to get snow. I think you're going to get tornadoes tomorrow, and then you're going to get tomorrow night, and then you're going to get snow next week, and then you're going to get rain. You're going to get everything. You're going to get to experience every climate within the next 5 days. No, I'm hoping the tornado stays south. Canadian wants to tilt it a lot earlier in the new 00Z. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, it's coming out right now. Let's go. Huh. We are actively loading. Okay, let's see what this does. All right, we'll come back to that in a second. What's Florida getting? Florida's going to have some decent squall line moving through. Really, it's going to dissipate over central Florida to Tampa, though. I think southeast Florida will be okay. The American has central Missouri getting 10 inches. Do you think that is realistic? I think you're going to I think you would see more like a 4 to 6 day, but 10 inches on the high end right now with the look we have would be possible. Is there more snow in Washington State? You guys have a little bit more. You guys have a little bit more. You guys have a lot of precipitation moving in. I believe it's. Let's look at the timing of this. Saturday afternoon, and you're gonna. It's really not gonna stop until Monday afternoon. So 48 hours of it starting Saturday afternoon. A lot of it near the coast is going to be rain, though. It's going to be mountain snow. And then look what happens as we get into the middle of the week towards Wednesday. Another big system moves in. This is what models see as a second potential nor'easter southern snowstorm. A lot of models take this down into the south and up the coast. That's too far out, so I don't want to entertain it too much. But I just put it out there. It's something we're watching. Kelly, Kimber, Brittany, I appreciate you guys. Kayla. Can I get a decent snow next week on Wednesday in Cincinnati? It's possible. Yeah, it's possible. How loaded is our Canadian now? God, that thing loads slow. I thought the Euro loaded slow. Is New Jersey really going to get 6+ inches? I mean, it's anyone's guess right now. Again, we got to see how this storm tracks. In 48 hours, we'll have probably model consensus on the tracking. I mean, the highest, anything's possible right now. This storm could shift a little east, a little west, giving you guys rain or dry air. If we were to see this outcome that the Euro thinks is going to happen right now, New Jersey would get 2 feet of snow from south to north. 2 feet of snow across the entire state of New Jersey is actually still in the cards right now. But just know that we need to watch how that northern piece of energy moves over the next 48 hours to see if that's possible. Yes. If that northern piece of energy slows up or speeds, if it slows down, I think we're gonna see that snow move off the coast, and it's not gonna move into Jersey. If it speeds up too much, you may see this tilting a little bit earlier, and then we're gonna see a bunch of rain into Jersey. Right now, the consensus across the models is a big nor'easter, and anyone who knows, if it's a strong nor'easter, you can get a foot or two of snow in the Northeast. Wide range of foot or two of snow. I've been gone for a while. Why the hell is it going to be 46 next week in coastal Texas? It's going to be colder than that. It's going to be colder than that. We could see it 25 degrees in Corpus Christi. Actual temp. Oh, it's at 132 now. Whoever called that the Canadian was tilting a little bit earlier, you were correct. That was a good call. This is a little bit closer to the coast. This would still be monstrous snow. We gotta wait for this to load a little bit more to actually see how much snow it would be. But you see, this would be too far inland. Let's go to total snowfall. This would almost keep Jersey out of snow because that is tilting too quickly. But again, our GFS does the opposite, keeps it farther out. And our Euro actually averages out the GFS and Canadian. Luckily, our Euro is our best snow model and puts it dead center, big nor'easter through the mid-Atlantic New England. Richmond, VA flight Thursday. Ooh. Yeah, that's going to be interesting timing. Let's just say that. We'll have to see. That's going to be very interesting timing for potential delays, cancellations. Probably not cancellation, delays. Yali, what's going on? Amy, I appreciate you. Yali. Could Northern VA get over a foot of snow next Thursday? Could it? Yes. Will it? We got to wait a little bit, but yes, it could. When's the timing of the nor'easter? Yeah, so this would be like right now it looks like it would be a Thursday event. A Thursday through Friday. It looks like it would be a Tuesday through Thursday event from like this whole region potentially seeing snow. It would be like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's kind of the timing of it next week. Yeah, Kentucky tonight and tomorrow. You got this really bad weather, this really bad rainfall and weather that begins to move in very early in the morning, maybe like 4 a.m. or 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. And you're not expected to see a break in really rainfall until 6 a.m. on Sunday. So this is going to be like 24 hours of potentially not the entire time, but for most of the time, heavy downpours. That's why we're really worried about flash flooding in Kentucky. On the back end, we could get a little snow into northern Kentucky. We're not expecting much, but it's going to be like a 24-hour situation from tomorrow morning into Sunday morning. The worst weather is probably going to be, the worst of it is probably going to be Saturday evening into Sunday around 6 a.m. So I would say like Saturday around like 8 p.m. through Sunday 6 a.m. like that, like 10-hour period might be the worst for Kentucky. Could Louisville, Kentucky see the chance for tornadoes tonight and tomorrow? Yes, the chance for tornadoes is much greater as we push down into Tennessee and especially into Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama. But there is the potential for some tornadoes in Kentucky as well. We think those would be a little weaker, but we have to really pay attention to it. Upstate New York is going to get blasted this weekend. Nasty winds here, 52 miles per hour. Yeah, here's kind of our wind gust potential up there. I mean, look at this. 40 to 50 mile per hour gusts through the entire Northeast. We're talking about area really from Maryland, Delaware into the north. Upstate New York's kind of going to be right in the center of that. Lots of snow as well. I do need a sign in the back that says don't trust weather apps. There's places you can get custom signs. That is a good idea. Wait, I need to write that down in my notes somewhere. Hold up. I need to write that down in my notes. Wait. I'll put it in my phone notes. That was just too good of an idea. Let's see. Notes. Get a don't trust your weather app sign. All right. Shout out Kev. Shout out Kev123. I am going to do that. There's a 100% chance that I do that. Okay. I just clipped that as well. I just clipped that right there. Boom. Clipped. All right. What's happening in South Jersey Thursday? Potentially 2 feet of snow or potentially none. We really need to watch the track of this nor'easter. Our best mid-range snow model thinks you're going to get 2 feet of snow in South Jersey in like a 12-hour period. There's a chance it doesn't happen though. Again, we're watching our northern piece of energy. If it speeds up or slows down too much, we could end up being in the rain in Jersey, or the snow could end up being off the coast. It's going to be close. There's a reason these major nor'easters don't happen very often, because little things can change it before they come in. Robin and Jen, I appreciate you right now. Michigan, bro. Amber, what's going on? Yeah. Here's your expected snow tonight in Michigan. Galaxy. Shout out Aiden. Bow, 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 bow. I appreciate you, Aiden. Thank you. Here's what we're expecting tonight. Let's go into our short range. We'll trust the NAM 3K. We're expecting another 3 to 4 inches in Michigan tonight. Maybe more, 6 inches out into the east. And then freezing temps. You're going to get very, very cold and see some freezing temps. I mean, you're going to get very, very cold and see some negative temps. And it's going to dry up. Isn't it not supposed, I like how you said that, Michelle, to start until morning? What start? Glad I don't live in Michigan. Dallas snow or just ice? If anything, I think you're going to end up with sleet and ice. Probably sleet. Connor! Mesomat, what's going on? Mesomat, is it your time to jump in here and tell people about tomorrow's system? I know you got the latest updates. I'm still seeing our photographs doing this. I'm still seeing it. You want to get in? You want to get in here? Wait a sec. In the shower. Why don't we just FaceTime me in the shower? I'll show chat, and then you can let them know what's up. All right, we gotta wait a second for Mesomat, guys. The missus says I love Mesomat. Mesomat is the day one homie. Mesomat is my brother from another mother. Okay, guys? Let's see. Chicky, Kimber, I appreciate you guys. Big shift north. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed that. It's been shifting north. The severe weather has been shifting north slightly. Over time, it has been a pretty big shift. How are we looking Thursday for Maryland? We're looking like we're still going to see feet of snow. I mean, I thought the Euro might pull off a little bit today, and it hasn't yet. Pretty crazy stuff, guys. I'm excited for next week. I just know there's a chance that stupid northern piece of energy could slow down or speed up and ruin all of our snow chances. And I really don't want it to happen. Mesomat, by the way, have you seen the 18Z of the Euro? It still says like 2 feet of snow from basically Baltimore to Boston. It looks insane, but we're going to wait. I'm going live and that's on Thursday. I'm going live at 9 a.m. and I'll be on for 20 hours straight. You guys hear that? Right there. Wait, let me pin him. Severe weather tomorrow. Guys, I'm on Mesomat's team. He has a bunch of team. He has a bunch of great moderators, always in his streams as well. He can break down a storm. I see him do it all the time during tornado outbreaks when he's live. He'll be like, this is going to be tornado warned. And then like 15 minutes later, the storm he's talking about gets tornado warned. He's literally just a little bit faster than the weather service. He's a great person to watch if you're worried about severe weather tomorrow. Like he said, he'll be live all day. And he usually calls out the warnings before you even see them on the map. Sometimes like an actual kind of crazy amount of time, or he calls them out ahead of time, like significantly sometimes. So he's a great person to watch for severe weather outbreaks. I hope to, once I, like I said, I'm going to be covering some of it tomorrow. I would love to cover it all day. I have some family coming into town, so it's going to keep me from doing that, but he's definitely the guy to go to. So any snow in Pittsburgh this week? Well, potentially. This isn't expected to put too much in on the back end. Here's what our short range thinks on the back end. Oh, okay. Here, Michigan. This is what could still be left for you guys out east. 4 to 8 inches. On the back end with the system moving up, these models want to give you 1 to 3 inches into Pittsburgh. It's going to be close. It's going to start off as rain, and then you're going to have this cold air right behind your frontal boundary pulling some snow in the back end. That's always a hit or miss. If it's back end snow, but I would say 1 or 2 inches isn't out of the question.Maybe a little bit more. What do you think for Maryland next week? Still close. I expect snow in the mid-Atlantic, coastal mid-Atlantic in New England next week. How much? We got to wait. I'll call you in at 10 for a quick update. Sweet. Hell yeah. Do you think a quick tilt would mean more snow in Southwest Ohio? Probably. Snow in Durham, North Carolina this week? It's a possibility. Do you want to look at our latest updated probabilities? You guys want to see the probability of snowfall from our best model? Let's go into our ensembles. We can look at our panels too. So, probabilities of seeing snowfall from this next system. So let's move this through. Here you go. Oh, that shifted south a little bit, actually. So, yeah, I mean, if you're north of this line, there's still Euro runs. We'll just go like this. We'll just go like that. If you're north of this line, there's still Euro runs that say you could get accumulating snow. Obviously, that does include some states down in the southeast. It has Charlotte at about a 40% chance to see an inch or more of accumulation right now. So it's going to be close for you guys, though. Might still end up being mixing. Pittsburgh is just rain the rest of the winter. No, you're going to get more snow. You're going to probably get more snow late tomorrow into Sunday. It's going to be light. It's going to be back-end snow from a frontal boundary. But if this storm next week, Wednesday, Thursday, does that also has potential to bring you guys some snow as well. Winter's not over. I mean, the next all the way into early March, we're expected to see below average temperatures if you average all those days together. I mean, this Sunday, it's going to get warm for one day, and then it gets freezing again. Pittsburgh is not done with snow. Total snow for Detroit this weekend. Here's our latest. Well, let me open another weather bell here. Let's go into our short range. Let's go to, I don't like the NAM 12K. Let's go to the NAM 3K. Winter. Let's go to full snow total. Region, Great Lakes. So, this is what our NAM 12K thinks is left for Michigan. Quite a lot over the weekend. It wants the whole state to get 6 inches to a foot. I would take that down to 4 to 8 inches. I think that's a little bit, this is a little bit crazy, but I mean that does include Detroit. It thinks Detroit's in the 8 to 10 inch area. I think you pull that back a tiny bit though. No, Missouri's not in the Midwest. The Midwest is Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. Okay, I don't care how much people try to tell me that Missouri. There's a reason Missouri's in the SEC, okay, and not the Big Ten. Get out of here, guys. Get out of here with Missouri's in the Midwest. We're not having this argument again. Northern Missouri is the Central Plains. Southern Missouri, you can have your little whatever. we're gonna do a poll because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this craziness that Missouri is in the Midwest. I promise you, people from the Midwest, there is no one from any Midwest. 95% of actual Midwesterners, if you ask them, is Missouri in the Midwest, would say no. My wife's from Minnesota, and I said that the other day on stream. I said someone said Missouri's in the Midwest, and she goes, "What the hell?" Like, no, we're doing a poll right now. We're doing a poll right now. Sorry guys, I have to do this. I can't. Let's do poll. Okay, really quickly. Well, let me see if I can actually do a custom poll. Why is that under? Okay, let me see. Is Missouri? I forget how to spell Missouri. Just don't judge me if it's spelled wrong. In the Midwest. I swear. No. Is it gonna have to freaking review this? Okay. Can you guys see it on TikTok? Sorry, YouTube. This is for TikTok real quick. I better get some more no's in there. Guys, it's not in the Midwest. Are you telling me Kansas City is in the Midwest? Are you high out of your mind? You're telling me Kansas City's in the Midwest and not the Plains? Yeah, I think they are doing it to annoy me. It's almost a 50-50 split. It's like a 60-40. I'm sick and tired of you guys. I do not like how this is going. I do not like how this is going. Okay. Okay, hold up. Hold up, guys. Hold up here for 1 second. 1 second. Sorry, we're going to get back to weather forecasting. Give me 1 second. Hold up. Oh, you guys can't see this. 1 second. Okay? I promise you, this is how actual Midwesterners look at the Midwest. I promise you. Midwest. Well, no, except for Iowa. I would put Iowa in there. Iowa's 100% in the Midwest. Right there. I'm never going to win this. All right, what's the final tally at? 52-38. It was close. Yes, I know when you search Google, it says Missouri's in the Midwest. Everyone I know, my family from the Midwest, my family from Chicago, from Minnesota, everyone who I've ever known from the Midwest is like, no, Missouri's not in the Midwest. I do think Iowa's in the Midwest. Okay, sorry, we're going to get back to this. We are going to get back. We're getting back to let's look really quickly what our GFS, our 00Z says a little bit farther out. One second. We did a vote. 60% of chat said Missouri's in the Midwest. You're right. I told my wife that 60% of chat said Missouri's in the Midwest. She's from Minnesota, actual Midwest. But I told my wife 60% of chat said Minnesota's from the Midwest, and her response was, well, most Americans are stupid. I'm not calling you guys stupid, okay? She called you stupid, not me. Everyone in my chat is actually a genius, in my opinion. My personal opinion. But is Missouri getting slammed next week? Central to southern Missouri may see a lot of snow next week, yes. The latest Euro thinks central to southern Missouri could see 6 inches all the way to a foot. That would be through Tuesday. Local News weather guy said possible wrap around with the winter storm in Wisconsin right now, bringing more snow on Sunday. Do your models see this? Yeah, you can kind of see it. Well, you can see it wanting to happen. The problem is this is a high pressure right here. So it's wanting to wrap around, but I don't know. I think this is just too much dry air. I think it's going to choke it out. Do we see that on a more short-range model? Let's see. We do. We see moves out, and then, look, the NAM short-range brings it back in on Sunday again. Not a ton, though. It would be a few inches, if anything. So the short-range model does see that happening. It's kind of up in the air. I think there's too much dry air back there, but it's possible. One second, guys. Hey, Lovey Vids, what are you thinking for Raleigh, North Carolina? It's going to be close. Right now, it looks like it's going to be a bunch of ice and sleet. But any minor shift to the south, you guys could end up with a few inches of snow. So it's possible. That'd be, I think, Wednesday. Stace Kimber, I appreciate you guys. New Jersey, Thursday snow. Yeah, I mean, our best mid-range snow model thinks 2 feet for the entire state of Jersey. I'd wait. We need to wait. Like I said, any minor adjustment to the right or the left, any minor speed up or slow down from that northern piece of energy that's going to be steering our snowstorm, you guys could end up with all rain or nothing. So, yes, the models look good for a ton of snow in New Jersey next Thursday, but we are not in what we call forecasting range. And if you think that you know how much snow is going to fall outside of forecasting range, then you need to look up the definition of forecast. But it's an exciting look for people in the Mid-Atlantic that want snow. It's for sure exciting. We need the 000 Euro model so bad. Euro needs to hurry up. I know, right? Especially after I saw that 18Z. I want the 00Z so bad. I live near Charleston, West Virginia. Supposed to travel to Mingo County, West Virginia tomorrow. Am I okay to travel? Yeah, I mean, you should be fine. If it's tomorrow morning is going to be better. Tomorrow morning you'll be fine. I mean, the worst of it's going to begin moving in. I mean, the worst of it looks to be Sunday morning, but you're going to get some heavy bands probably Saturday afternoon. Hey, FJ, you think I'm that stupid? You think I don't know that if you look up Midwest, it includes Missouri? Like, yes, we all know that. The whole point is a lot of Midwesterners don't count Missouri in the Midwest. And neither does college football because Missouri's a part of the SEC. All right. Yes, I'm well aware that a long time ago, people came together and decided to put it in the Midwest. It's just geographically located in an area that should either be South Central Plains. It should be. You have the Northern Plains. This is the South Central region, and this is what some people classify as the Central Plains. This whole area really is the Plains. And I think that's what it should have been classified as. It's pretty mountainous down in Central and South Missouri, though, so I can see why it's not. A lot of maps have it split because North Missouri and Southern Missouri geographically is a little bit different. Exciting look for someone named Kyle who's been going through a bunch of misses. Yeah. Where's Matt? I know. What the heck? Should I give him a call? He'll probably call me in a second. How much snow for the foothills in North Carolina? None. Well, a dusting right now, but we could see that change. We'll see what the 000 the Euro says. We shall see. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs, guys. 1 second. Let me see if I can get Matt on. What is this guy saying? 1 second. What is this guy's? Sorry, 1 second, guys. What is this guy saying? This person's pointing at, he's like, look at the size of these storms across the states, across the country. These are not storms. These are low pressure systems. That's the winds. The tighter these are, the more powerful they are typically. So yes, they look very wide. I mean, you can see him right now. This is just fear mongering at its biggest. What? Did my camera? Oh wait, there we go, guys. His video has 24,000 likes, and everyone in the video is like, man-made weather. Let me explain something to you guys. This is not an abnormal look. This is not 3 massive systems. If you guys see anyone on TikTok or YouTube talking about this, the tighter these circulations are, the more likely they are to be an actual hurricane, typhoon. These are just big, large, spinning low pressures, which just happens all the time up here. Coldest air on the planet sinking, and you have your air down here from the equator meeting, and that's why you get these big circulations over the water. There's tons of convective availability. You got tons of vorticity out here. This is not 3 major storms. This dude's gonna make a lot of money off that video, though, where he's literally talking about nothing. All right. Yeah, it's moving with the jet stream. It's nothing abnormal. Nurse here has to work Thursday on Long Island. Any thoughts about snow? It's too far away. There's 3 outcomes for that still, lucky girl. The system can move off the coast if our piece of energy moves in a little too quick. It can move off the coast. If it moves in slower, it could be all rain. If it moves in how it shows right now, you guys could be getting 2 feet of snow next Thursday. We are outside. What we call in meteorology forecasting range is kind of like 96 hours out. This is where the storm is, meaning we don't have models that are capable of seeing how much, not even how much snow is going to fall, but if you're even going to see a storm that far out. What we can do if it's past forecasting range is see if we have model consensus. All the global models see a storm moving up towards the mid-Atlantic at that time frame. So there's a probably greater than 50% chance we're going to have a storm moving up here. But are we going to be on the rain side or the snow side, or is it going to be just off the coast? We need more time to see. What I would say is definitely take that time frame seriously, Wednesday to Thursday, because there is the possibility of a big storm. We need to wait another 48 hours to really know what's going on, though. Wait, is Pam here? Oh, Pam, what's going on? Pam's in the chat. Fez, what's going on? Kimber, I appreciate you. Our winter advisory got extended until 6 p.m. tomorrow in Wisconsin. Nice. Oh, let's see. 00Z GFS. We got a little bit more loading. Okay. So it doesn't see that second nor'easter. Let's see the Canadians fully loaded in now. It obviously just sees a gigantic nor'easter still, like the Euro does. It really agrees with the Euro. It agrees with the Euro a lot. Here's what it sees for that snow system. Yeah, this would mean huge upstate New York snow too. I want the 00Z of the Euro. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the subs, guys. Tony, thanks for the follow. And Beachy. Whoa. Thank you, Pam. Shout out, Pam. It's always something I've never seen. Every single time. Thank you, Pam. Yeah, I love that for us upstate. Yeah, that looks crazy for upstate, doesn't it? I don't think Julie's in here. Julie doesn't like that. Julie's going to get a lot. Buffalo's getting so much snow this year. Ashley, appreciate the follow. Snow totals for Kansas Tuesday. Thanks for keeping us up to date. No problem, Emily. Yeah, let's look at that. So, Kansas, South Central. Let me see here. South Central. Oh, that's so funny when I'm looking at a map on a meteorological website and I go to South Central. Look at the states it has in it. Isn't that weird, guys? In the center? Look at that. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Let's look at our euro. Let's look what our 18Z euro sees, even though we're gonna get within the next 30 minutes our 12Z euro or our 00Z euro. This is a possibility. That's a ton of snow. Potentially for Omaha as well. That's what I want this to be. South Central or Central, actually. I call it the Central Plains. Whatever. I have my own vocabulary, my own definitions. Can you show snow in Philly, please? The Euro thinks that Philly's going to get 1.5 feet of snow in a 12-hour span next Thursday. I can tell you that. We don't know if it's right yet, but that's what our best snow model shows right now. I live north of Philly. I'm not taking it too seriously yet because we're just out of forecasting range. I'll take it seriously in 48 hours. I listen to you more than our weather, than our own weather forecast. You're always accurate. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. I left and came back, and you're still on this. Face it, Missouri's in the Midwest. No, I'll be on it all night. Yeah, Pittsburgh's been struggling. Why does the Euro take forever? Because it's a better model, I think. It has more. It scans a shorter kilometer than the GFS. I think let me see what the Euro kilometer is. Many kilometers does the Euro model, let's say run have? Okay, the Euro model typically range from 9 to 14 kilometers. Let's see what the GFS does. Probably, I'm going to guess like 15 to 16 or something. Woo! 28 kilometers. You see that? That's why the Euro takes longer to load. It's scanning in a much more it's scanning every 8 to, what did it say? Something like 6 to 9 kilometers or something like that, while the GFS is scanning every like 28 kilometers. So it's doing a lot more work and trying to get a lot more detailed representation of what's going to happen than the American model. Z is going to be really interesting. Yes, it is, Crystal. Is Long Island in a sweet spot where even if it moves... Yeah. I mean, Philly to Boston is in a sweet spot where it can wobble a little bit and you can still get some, so... Yeah, for sure. Missouri's not Midwest. Shout out Christian. wait. I'm just gonna do this to annoy people. Watch this. I'm gonna pin it. What do all the numbers stand for? What numbers, Katie? Thank you, Pam. I live in Bucks, Connie. You said you like on the jet streams. Oh yeah, I'll tell you that in a second. Those are ice bar lines, but I'll go over that in a second. You said you want to see it in 48 hours. Is it going to be on? Yeah, because we'll be within 96. I think we'll be within 96 hours. Yeah, on Sunday night stream, we should be within 96 hours, which is what we consider forecasting range, which is when the models start to get exponentially better. Even tomorrow, it's going to be a lot better, though. So what you're looking at here, all these little lines, each individual line here is an isobar line. So we are looking at the 500 millibar height. We are looking at the 500 millibar height composite reflectivity map. So we call it reflectivity because, oh, wait, Matt, I'm almost done explaining this and then I need you.
Oh, you're fine.
We call it reflectivity because how our radars and satellite, well, how our radar specifically see it is it's a reflection off of the clouds, off of the water droplets in the air. So typically when we're looking at a future radar, it's at the 500 millibar height composite reflectivity. So what these numbers are these are different pressures. So 516, 522, 528. When you see those isobar lines very close, that means you have a pressure, a steeper pressure change over a shorter distance, and that is typically associated with stronger winds. That's where you have a steep pressure gradient, you have stronger winds. That can happen a lot of times along your, what's it called? The boundary between the warm and cold air. God damn it, Mesomat. You call me and I black out. Your Bear Clinic. Your Bear Clinic line.
Yeah, that's right.
So where the cold air and warm air meets, you're typically going to have a steeper pressure gradient, and this is going to be typically around a low pressure as well, and that's your Bear Clinic line. Okay, Mesomat, can you please? But anyways, long story short, these numbers are just what the pressure is in that area, and along where you see that number is, just follow the isobar line. That is the pressure at the 500 millibar height. The 500 millibar height is halfway between where we are on planet Earth, on the ground, on the surface, and the top of where all of our weather happens, 99% of it. So it's halfway up in the atmosphere where all the weather happens. This says 504. That's the 504 millibar pressure, and that same pressure is following this entire line. When you see that pressure change very quickly, like here, you have a steeper pressure gradient, much stronger winds. Okay, Matt, what is going on Saturday? Let me pull up something so they can see this as you're talking about it with our severe weather.
So big changes in the last six-ish hours, I'd say. Our OZ, her model run, did some not great things. If you're a storm chaser, great. Not a storm chaser, not great. We've got our surface front intensifying. The surface level winds are intensifying now than what they were forecasted to earlier this morning and yesterday, allowing for more forcing with a stronger potential long track QLCS event. So we might still get a couple discrete supercells in front of our line tomorrow with significant widespread damaging winds. The squall line could be producing derecho-like winds of 80 to 100 miles an hour wind gust-wise. So I think still personally, we get a moderate for wind, maybe a 15 sig tour potentially. We'll see. But we're going to have long track QLCS tornadoes, not discrete, which is going to be really interesting tomorrow. And that goes from now as far as central Kentucky.
Chat, QLCS tornadoes are tornadoes that are in the squall line.
Yeah, quasi-linear convective, yeah. We could have a squall line with damaging winds of 70 plus with tornadoes from basically central Kentucky all the way down to the Gulf Coast tomorrow.
So bad.
It's not great.
Yes. So in summary, chat, bad weather.
Multiple alerts on your phones. Preach that.
Yes, that's what I've been saying. If you're down here, you guys probably got half of what he said, but I love the way you describe it. You need to have weather alerts on down here, guys. You need to have a way to get watches and warnings. It's especially when you hear him say long track tornadoes. These are tornadoes that touch down and they stay down for a long period of time.
Rain wrap too, because they're in that convective scale system, so it's going
to be hard to see, and it's going to be nighttime. And we could have winds associated with the squall line, like he said, that aren't even associated with the tornado that could be pushing 80 to 100 miles per hour. This is serious.
Let them know one other thing, too. PDS severe thunderstorm warnings are going to be a big thing tomorrow. Anytime the National Weather Service issues a severe thunderstorm warning over 80, it is considered like a tornado warning, so they need to treat those as tornado warnings and get to their safe places because 80-plus mile-an-hour winds are EF0 to EF1 caliber winds.
Okay, hear that? PDS warnings. All right, you're the man. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Sounds good, bud.
Peace. Yeah, if you don't follow Mesomat, give him a follow. MESOMATT. I'm part of his team. He's awesome. He knows what he's talking about. He's going to be streaming all day tomorrow. I wish I could. I got family coming into town, but he will be streaming the severe weather all day tomorrow. You're in the yellow? Yeah, just make sure you have a way to get weather. As long as you have a way to get your weather alerts, watches, and warnings, which a lot of times, like a lot of states, when these events happen, you'll get like your phone will like, they'll do that like almost like an Amber Alert type thing, but not all states do it. So it's best keep Weather Channel up if you can if there's a stream, if you want to be in Matt's stream, just have a way to know if there's what's going on. I'm a little bit worried because it's going to really start cranking up in the evening and over the nighttime hours. So that's I hate when that happens because then a lot of people are sleeping. We don't like that. Okay, so a lot of people are asking about snow. I've heard Pittsburgh a lot. We're not expecting any sort of major snowfall in Pittsburgh, but let's go into it. So here's our 18Z. Now, through the next 5 days, if this nor'easter works the way we think it could, that would help get a lot of snow into Pittsburgh. A decent amount, maybe 7 inches. So here is until that. The end of this run, though, was still a little bit of a question mark. So 2 to 3 possible. 2 to 3 possible into Pittsburgh moving forward here this weekend. Our short range may not see as much. Let me see. No, short range still thinks 2 to 3 is possible in Pittsburgh. Again, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. You may end up with just an inch, but if we do see this good tilt out of the like we see out of the Euro for our nor'easter next week, that could be a decent amount of snow for Pittsburgh as well. Hey, you're still alive. What's going on, Jordan? Okay. Jordan, I need to show you something, okay? Hold up. Okay. Wait. Hold up. That's literally my sister's name. What the heck? I can never get this thing to focus. 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 I really need to get this thing. You see it? That's crazy that you stole her name. Whoa. No, I tried that. I tried moving it further away. Oh, there's my son. Oh, there. It focused that time. And now I got dark. Wild. I don't know why that's so weird to me. Isn't he a cutie? Let's see here. Dallas weather next week. Well, it's going to get very cold. I can promise you it's going to get very, very cold. And I'm talking about potentially even as cold as temperatures in the low teens and the single digits. Actual temperatures, not wind chills. And there's a chance. There's not a huge chance. I'd say like a 10% chance that this winter weather does get into Dallas and you get a tiny bit of snowfall. Right now it looks like you're going to see mixing or ice. But there's a chance. Thanks, Lulu. Yeah, I love him. He's a cutie. I'll keep him, I guess, I'll keep him a little longer. Charlotte's in the same position as Dallas. If this thing drops a little bit farther south, if this trough is amplified a tiny bit more, we could see snow into cities like Dallas, Atlanta, Charlotte. So something to watch closely. It's not looking fantastic right now, but there's still a chance for that. How much snow in New Jersey Thursday? We don't know. It's out of forecasting range. Obviously, our Euro, which is our best snow model, thinks 2 feet across Jersey on Thursday, but we need a little bit more time to see this. The Canadian thinks the same thing, actually, but we need a little bit more time. Because again, any shift, you could be in the rain, you could be in the dry air. Can you show the Euro ensembles for snowfall or GFS? Yeah. You guys want to see the panels? All the different outcomes. Shout out Pam for the gifted sub. All right, check this out, guys. Let's go to our panels. What did our 12Z see? Did our 12Z see this too? Yeah. So here is our panels. This is going to be every outcome that's possible with this storm. Ready? Subwave. The last time I was here, I had duff hair. What's going on, guys? So, panels. Winter. All of these. Let me see. All of these are possible outcomes for next week. Now, this is the end of the run, so we need to wait a little bit longer. This right here would be huge snow. This would be your like foot through the mid-Atlantic and coastal New England. So would this. So would this. So would this. This wouldn't be great if you want big snow up there. The ones I circle would be massive snow for the mid-Atlantic, okay? Yeah, kind of. Hold up. Let's just take the look. Guys, we get this data. These models get these Pam. Another gifted sub. Thank you, Pam. The ones I'm Xing, so we get all this data, and the Euro model applies it 50 different times and gets 50 different outcomes. These are all possible. And then we get our Euro ensemble, which averages these together. So, out of 25 here, 4, 8, 10, 5. 15 of these 25 models see a major nor'easter. 15. Really quick. I got to see these real quick. I want to see how many out of 50. 16, 17. 18, 19, 20. Hold up. 21, 22. 23. Okay. 23 out of 50 models see a major nor'easter from the Euro, our best snow model. So, yeah, it's about 50%. Just under. Why would I say Charlotte's not looking great? Oh, that's actually very easy to explain to you. I'll show you why. Is your weather app showing 50%? Hold up. What's showing 50%? Well, the Euro ensemble is showing 40 to 50%. That's a big difference. I'll show you why it's not looking great. Yeah, the weather app's saying 45% for snow. Weather app does take the GFS monitor. Yeah, okay. Here's why it's not looking great. Here's our best short range or mid-range snow model. Our best mid-range snow model we have on planet Earth right now. And it shows no snow into Charlotte. Right there is why I have to say it doesn't look great. If you want to look at how much snow it shows into North Carolina, our literal best mid-range snow model that we have on planet Earth. Here's Charlotte. Even 50 miles to the north, it still shows nothing. About 50. 50 miles. That's our best short range run. Pam with the gifted. Thank you, Pam. Pam achieved my subwave on her own. Pam, you didn't have to do that. Okay, and then here's our Euro, or here's our American. No snow down there. Here's our Canadian. No snow down there. Here's our icon. No snow down there. Now, the icon gets close. Why I still think there's a chance is the trough is very powerful. The trough that's going to be moving down and digging down is very, very powerful. When you see a very, very strong, an overly and like an awkwardly strong cold air trough, sometimes those do overperform. Sometimes, and we're close enough that it's going to happen. Sometimes those can overperform with cold air, it's not hard to shift a snow line 50 miles to the south, which would then include Charlotte. So there's a chance. We just don't see it on any models. We're hoping that it's going to overperform a little bit, which it could. Cass, I appreciate you. All right. Let's get out of here. Betty, Mama 3, what's going on? Can the snow line shift more south for North Alabama? Yes, it's possible. I think the icon puts snow into North Alabama. So does the Euro, actually. It could shift even farther south, yes. Oh, diff hair. I was like, welcome back, Cass. Don't say you just got TikTok today, because then you're exposing yourself for deleting it. PJP3, I appreciate you. Cass, I appreciate you. Oklahoma, Tuesday, Wednesday, please. Yeah, I mean, snow totals could be impressive in Oklahoma then. Look at that. Central, I mean, we're seeing the potential for 4 to 9 inches through this area. That's with our latest Euro. Could be nice. Could be nice. That's more likely to happen because that's not as far out, too. I think East Tennessee is going to see some snow from this. I do. If I had to make a bet, but it's going to be close because, some of these models want to give you mixing. I think Nashville has a much better chance of seeing snow than East Tennessee because we might get the mixing line in East Tennessee. I think Nashville is going to has the best chance of seeing mostly snow. Betty and Cass, I appreciate you guys. Betty with the dolphin. Georgia, anything? Potentially if we get a farther southern shift. Right now it looks like this could be this could be flash flooding potentially for Georgia, unfortunately. I don't think this would be severe weather. This is just going to be too much rain, cooled air. There's not going to be much instability with this, but that could be a ton of rainfall in a short period of time for Georgia. Someone said I gift and my question still goes unanswered. Well, I wish I could show you how many questions I have in every one of my streams. It's like thousands. So yeah, I can't. If I only answered people's questions, I try to answer people's questions who gift, obviously. But if I only answered people's questions who gift it, then I would actually never be able to answer anyone else's questions. So I have to answer people's questions who don't gift as well sometimes. And now I just saw you say something, but you used it on saying that, and now I can't find it. West Michigan. Let's go up to the Great Lakes. 3K NAM. Here's what's expected through the weekend still to fall. Potentially 4 to 7 inches in some areas out in West Michigan. What about Chicago? The rest of February? We can't really tell the rest of February. I can show you what the 00Z, the Euro's loading in. I'll show you what the how much snow will Louisville, Kentucky see on Wednesday? Yeah, we can go over that in a second. I'll show you what the GFS thinks if we just went out to the end of February, but is this going to be accurate? We don't know. I mean, the GFS thinks you could see another 4 to 8 inches before February ends. We have to see, though. We have to see. It's too hard to tell that far out. Katie and Betty, I appreciate you guys. Feds. With our 0-0Z, the GFS, it is giving... Our GFS treats the snow much differently, though. This would be better for Kentucky, especially for Louisville. I mean, this would put in 6 inches in the Louisville. The Euro keeps that snow farther to the south, though. So we got to wait and see. Actually, no, the Euro... Actually, I lied. The Euro does put good snow. The Euro sees the same. 6 to 9 inches potentially. So that's actually not bad. Nebraska Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, the Euro sees 4 to 8 inches statewide. Do we have any model consensus on this? Let's take a look. GFS thinks Nebraska's in a great spot for snow, too. Canadian? Yeah, and that's much closer. You're in forecasting range 90 hours. So Nebraska looks pretty good, snow-wise. So whatever your weather apps are saying, they're probably overestimating how much snow you're going to get, but are you going to get snow? Very likely. Probably decent accumulation. So when nor'easters bomb out, they're basically winter hurricanes sometimes. Kind of. Yeah. That's when a low pressure starts to bomb out as it's rolling up the coast in winter, that's a blizzard. Yeah. High winds. You can get category 1 strength winds in a nor'easter. Yes. You can get cat 2 winds in a nor'easter sometimes. Not going to be sustained though. That would be gusts. In a hurricane, they're sustained, which is why it's much worse. Baltimore, D.C. area, we are watching for a big nor'easter potentially next week, Thursday. Too far out to see. Again, the Euro, obviously, which is our best mid-range snow model, does paint a foot of snow next week into Baltimore and D.C. Is it possible? Yes. On Sunday, we'll be within forecasting range and we'll have a much better idea of it. Any little wobble in that storm track could put you into the rain or could take you completely into dry air. We don't know if there's going to be a nor'easter. There's a nor'easter specifically is one that moves up the coast and puts a bunch of snow down on the coast from, we call it really like Baltimore to, or really like DC to Boston. There is just still the potential it flattens out too much and moves off the coast and it doesn't tilt up the coast. But it's looking more and more like the chances of a nor'easter are pretty good. Arkansas says 1 to 2. Well, northern Arkansas could see much more than that. I mean, you can see the Euro thinks northern Arkansas could see 10 inches. It's going to be a close call, though. We'll wait until tomorrow. You guys will be in a good forecasting range then. Could we see a blizzard in Bucks County? Yeah, we could. We could potentially. Southwest Missouri for Tuesday, please. I mean, that's the spot. That's the spot that the Euro's painting for a foot or more of snow. GFS, I think, has a decent look there, too. The GFS does as well. 7 to 8 inches. So, and you guys are within forecasting range, so that look may hold. Well, yeah, what's our MJO phasing? Good question. Ooh. I just want to see how many people in here who have been in my streams before or who know stuff about weather. Let me do a quick poll on you guys. Let's do a quick poll. Quick poll. Start new poll. And we're going to do create new. Is MJO phase 8 and... Wait. MJO phases 8 and 1 are... Okay, here we go. Okay, you guys ready for this? Here we go. We're about to be in phase 8 and 1 of the MJO. What does that mean for us southeast? Typically, historically, on average. Doesn't guarantee it, but it makes us more likely to be one of the two. Damn, you guys are good. All right, I can end this. Some people got it wrong, but that's okay because most people don't know what the MJO is. Madden-Julian oscillation. People who've been in my streams a lot know. Yes, MJO phase 8 and 1. If we take a look at our composites and our averages over the years, MJO phase 8 and 1 for this time frame that we're in can look like this. Phase 8 can historically is much cooler out here, including actually in the portions of Texas. And phase 1, let's see if we can get that over here. Also, typically, well, this is actually, we just switched here. There you go. Typically, again, colder for the east, but especially phase 8, which we're about to go into. So that's a pretty good look. Again, that combined with our stratospheric polar vortex, which is just shredded in half right now. Let's take a look at our stratospheric polar vortex, guys. Let's do a little climatology. Stratospheric polar vortex. Is our winter going to be extended for everyone? Let's go up in the stratosphere. Here's our stratospheric polar vortex right now. Northern hemisphere. Look at that thing. This is not what our polar vortex in the stratosphere is supposed to look like. It's supposed to be one circle right here. Look at this stretch. Not only is it stretching to the south, it's stretching over the east as well. That combined with the MJO phase 8 could do weird things in March. Weird things in March. Like, we could get a big snowstorm even like the middle of March or late in March with this type of look. This could really extend our winter, especially in the east. The west is going to get some ridging for a while. I don't think the west, their winter's done after when we get into March, but the east is going to be doing some wild things. But yeah, look, I mean, this is look what our stratospheric polar vortex is doing while we're moving into phase 8. It's shifting down into the states. It's supposed to be up here. And we're getting into a cold cycle for the east. So really quickly, guys, MJO, simply put, typically lasts 30 to 60 days. Or they say 30 to 90 days. It depends. It can move faster or slower. Phase 1 starts all the way over here in Africa. It's just a massive ball of convection, low pressure clouds, and it moves off to the east. You get phase 1, then phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. These typically affect the monsoon rainy seasons out here. Then you get phase 5, phase 6, and then phase 7 and 8. You're moving out here. Now, if we're over here in phase 8, that's going to be a low pressure. That's going to be That's going to be associated with more cold air troughing, which is what we're seeing. And then it resets, and then it fades off in the Atlantic, and then it resets again. So you can have an MJO. You can have 4 to 6 MJO cycles a year. It's very new. It's kind of new in the meteorological world, and we're just learning about it. But yeah, that's stratospheric polar vortex sinking down into the states with an MJO phase 8 and phase 1, where the groundhog, I think was correct. Chance that Oklahoma storm slides further south to the Texas border. It's like a 50-50 right now. I can't give you any more than that. It's a very strong... The models all have consensus that it won't, but it's a very, very strong trough. This is a look at what the jet stream looks like with this thing. I mean, this is big. This is a big digging trough. Look at that. That's sinking air, sinking cold air from the Arctic, from Canada, future America. No, I'm just kidding. So you know, yeah, you know. Oh, sorry, you know what? I was on the here. Let's go. I was actually on the wrong model there. Let's go to the correct model. Here we go. There's the trough. It's pretty significant. So It's powerful. I mean, this jet stream is insane. That mid-level jet is wild. So when you see a really, really amplified, strong jet like this, sometimes they actually end up overperforming. So I give it a 50-50 shot. All of us in VA want to know. Well, chance for a major blizzard central to eastern VA next week. Wednesday and Thursday. There is. There's a serious chance. Eric Hayes, Feds, Brittany, Betty, Kaden. I appreciate you guys. I hate to get off right before this Euro finishes loading in. But I have to get up early with my son. I have to do swimming lessons with him at the break of dawn. And so, as much as I want to stay up late, get no sleep, and then jump in a cold pool with my son in the morning, I may have to get off right before the Euro stops, gets to the part we want to see. I will post an update on my story on TikTok if you guys want to see that as this loads. Yeah, he is more important, right? I agree. Are nor'easters typically a February, March thing? Not really. We've seen our biggest nor'easters historically in February and March, yes. Yep. I appreciate all of you being in here. Appreciate anyone who's gifted, followed, sub. Of course, you don't have to do any of that. Just being in chat. I appreciate you guys. I will obviously have an update on this tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow and Sunday. I'll post more videos updating all of this stuff. Exciting look. There's a lot of people who are still expected to get snow from the West Coast all the way to the East Coast and potentially down into the South again. So very active winter pattern if you guys like that. I'm a little bit worried about the severe weather in the South, but I'll update you guys on that. Talk to you tomorrow. Mesomat will be streaming all day tomorrow. MESOMATT. He's great with severe weather and giving everyone even a farther heads up than the weather service. So if you guys want to keep up with him. United, I appreciate you. Brian, thank you guys. But everyone have a great night, and I will be back tomorrow. And happy Saturday. I guess some of you out west, it's still Friday Junior or Saturday Junior.